Hello, my name is Chloe. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm bringing to you my October TBR. So how we're already in October, I have absolutely no idea. I was hoping to do a readathon. I haven't seen any be announced at the time of filming that I want to take part in. So I just decided to give myself a low-key month in October. I'm not really a massive seasonal reader, like I don't have to read horror in October. I do have some scarier things on my TBR, but nothing is making me feel like I need scary. I could probably still be reading summary romances. So I have a couple books I have to read to show you, and then I'm going to pick a challenge from Larry the TBR Llama, if you've seen him used on my channel before. It's going to be a 7-book TBR, which is quite low for me. Definitely achievable. We'll see. So the first commitment I have is the Trash for Mass read along. We are now in the A Court of Thorns and Roses series. So for October, we need to read A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas. I am really excited to reread this one. I am reading my copies that I previously annotated. I'm trying to find some crazy annotations, but all I did last time was highlight them, and now I'm going to be actually writing in them. So, oh actually yeah, this is a good example. All of this is blue, so apparently these are really important plot points. End of chapter 54 is what I picked. Wow. I'm really excited to reread this one. I've only read it once, which I don't understand how, because it's one of my favourite books of all time. But yeah, I'll be rereading this in October. It is not too late to join in the Trash for Mass read along. I will link the refresher video that I did down in the description, which tells you what we're doing from the start of September onwards. So you definitely have time to catch up, as the live show for A Court of Thorns and Roses will be happening in October. The next commitment I have is the Chloe's Crime Scene Corner book club, where we'll be reading The Twisted Ones by T. Kingfisher. I have had this for a rather long time now. I'm not actually sure when I got it, but it's been on my TBR a long time. And apparently it's really damn creepy, and I do want at least one scary story. So this says, when Mouse's dad asks her to clean out her dead grandmother's house, she says yes. After all, how bad could it be? Answer, pretty bad. Grandma was a hoarder and her house is stuffed with useless rubbish. That would be horrific enough, but there's more. Mouse stumbles across her step-grandfather's journal, which at first seems to be filled with nonsensical rants, until Mouse encounters some of the terrifying things he described for herself. Alone in the woods with her dog, Mouse finds herself face to face with a series of impossible terrors, because sometimes the things that go bump in the night are real, and they're looking for you. And if she doesn't face them head on, she might not survive to tell the tale. So I will link the announcement video for the book club. There's a lot of linking in the first section of these TBRs. I will link that down in the description for you if you want to go check out when we're reading this, how you can get involved. But yeah, The Twisted Ones is our pick for October. Next up, we have the Patreon section of the TBR. So first up, I have a buddy read picked by the top 2 tiers of my Patreon. And this month, we're going to be reading Bride by Ali Hazelwood. Becca from the Becca Fowl really wanted this to be our book this month, and so did Ali from Mythic Melancholy, so we're reading Bride in October. I actually don't know that much about this. I thought it was more fantasy than it is, but apparently it is very romance heavy. All I know, and all I'm going in knowing, is that there is potentially a vampire married off to a werewolf to like settle covens and tribes and stuff. Yeah, marriage of convenience. So it's giving me vibes of a book that I used to love. It's the first smut I found and I was far too young to read it. It was called Her Vampire Husband, which is a female werewolf paired off with a male vampire. So I feel like it's going to have that kind of vibe. I'm excited to read this. I don't want to look any more into it. I have only read The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood and I gave it 3.5 stars. I wasn't the biggest fan in the world, but I didn't dislike it. So yeah, I'm definitely intrigued to see how I feel about this one. And the other Patreon commitment I have is the TBR Jar, which is definitely a mug. And this is every member of the top 2 tiers gets to put in one book from my physical TBR they'd like me to read. And I will try my best to read it in the month it gets pulled out. So in here, we have a lot of different things. And I'm going to go for this one. I'm already terrified. I can't see what that says. Oh, yes. Okay, it was not focusing, but it is Reminders of Him, which is Mel's pick. And that is Reminders of Him by Colleen Hoover. I don't read Colleen Hoover all the time because I know I'm going to love it and it's going to take over my personality for a little while. So I'm also disappointed. Like, I'm scared to be disappointed in a Colleen Hoover. So I'm kind of like, should I not? Because what if I hate it? This one, I have absolutely no idea what it's about. A young mother fights to earn a place in her child's life, but is there room for her? After serving 5 years in prison for a tragic mistake, Kenna Rowan returns to the town where it all went wrong, hoping to reunite with her 4-year-old daughter. But the bridges Kenna burned are proving impossible to rebuild. Everyone in her daughter's life is determined to shut Kenna out, no matter how hard she works to prove herself. So I'm just going to leave it at that for now. I don't want to know more because I feel like it's going to give away a lot of the plot, and I like to go in not knowing too much. But yes, we have a prison stay adoptive situation. I'm sure this is going to be heartbreaking, as every Colleen Hoover seems to be. But yeah, I've been putting this one off. This one did get as popular as all of the rest, so I don't know why it's one that I've not wanted to read yet. Definitely not an October read, but very happy to have it, so thank you for picking it, Mel. So these are the books that I have to read, or have to read, you know. So I'm gonna pick a prompt from Larry the TBR Llama. This is lots of different reading challenges, and it's either gonna be an author, so I dedicate a week to an author, or it's gonna be like a genre or a theme, or using someone else to pick my TBR. So we're gonna see what this gives us. If it's just read 3 books of a genre, then I will show you one in this video and pick 2 more for myself and leave it as like a surprise for the vlog. It just depends what I show you, depending on what prompt we get. So we're going for this. Oh no, do I want this one? I feel like I can't put it down now. Okay, so this prompt is... it is Libby's pick, which is rom-com romances. This isn't what I wanted in October, but why the hell not? So what are we classing as a rom-com romance? I don't know how hard I can get on the comedy side. I definitely have the romance side. I have a lot of different romances. So I'm gonna go with like cheesy romances. I'm gonna go away and pick 3, but I will show you one of them. And then I will actually set the 3 aside for my vlog. I'll even film an opening clip to the vlog. So yeah, rom-com romances. Thanks, Libby. Okay, so what I actually did, I was like, oh, what counts as a rom-com? And then everything I picked up said like rom-com on the back. I'm like, this is actually a thing. So good prompt, Libby. I've picked 3, and what I did was I went to the oldest books I physically owned and picked the first 3 rom-coms. Sorry, I just got a work email. So I don't know whether it'll have gone out yet, but I have done a video of the oldest books on my TBR, and I said in that, if I'm picking a challenge, like I'm not using the llama, or if I'm just like randomly picking a book, I should be going for the oldest books. So I've kind of muddled the 2 together and done a reading prompt, but used the oldest ones that fit that prompt. So I've got 3. Weirdly, they're all like similar colours, but the one I will show you is Tweet Cute by Emma Lord. So this is about Pepper and Jack. Pepper is swim team captain, chronic overachiever, and all-around perfectionist. Her family may be falling apart, but their massive food chain is booming, mainly thanks to Pepper, who is barely managing to juggle real life while secretly running Big League Burger's massive Twitter account. Enter Jack, class clown and constant thorn in Pepper's side. When he isn't trying to duck out of his insanely popular twin's shadow, he's busy working in his family's deli. His relationship with the business that holds his future may be love-hate, but when Big League Burger steals his grandma's iconic grilled cheese recipe, he'll do whatever it takes to take them down 1 tweet at a time. So I won't read more, we can tell what's going to happen there. But yeah, definitely it's like a Romeo and Juliet, but about burgers and cheese, with characters called Pepper and Jack. This is a rom-com. So I have rotated the others round, but this is my TBR for October. It actually feels very manageable. Some of these books are quite chunky, but this feels very doable. Let me know if you agree. If there are any books here that you have read and have opinions on, then please do share them down in the comments. But for now, I guess that's all I have time for. So thank you very, very much for watching this video. I really do hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.